Hey Laura, it's Tuesday, and I think I have to do some explaining before this video starts because I think it's a quite weird topic, so let me explain once again how this idea came to me. As you know, I have a very random notes app on my phone because I take notes all the time. Whenever I see something, when I dreamt something, when I'm drunk, I just take notes, but I never label them. So when I scroll through my notes, there are like 450 random notes with no explanation of why I wrote what I wrote. And like sometimes I do have a date and a time when I wrote this so I can see whether I was like drunk or what happened. But I had a very random note that was written at quite a normal time, so I was surely not drunk. And the only thing the note said was one sentence, which was, if you die with a tampon in you, they take it out. And I had to do some thinking about this because I couldn't remember why I wrote that down. And then I remembered that I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a reel of someone, I think he's someone who performs autopsies, and he answered questions. And one of these questions, which is a question I never knew I had, but it's certainly one that I needed answered, is that if you die with a tampon in you, they don't just leave it in, they take it out. And I don't know, that was an interesting information for me, so I thought, well, I don't know anything about autopsies, so let's do some research about it. And now I'm sharing some fun facts about autopsies with you. So, the first one is that during modern autopsies, like most of the time, you cannot see the face because they just put like a flap of chest or scalp over it because like it's in the way and they just, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit weird and a bit disgusting, but a lot of these fun facts will be a bit weird and a bit disgusting because like this video is about autopsies. So the second one is that they don't use the precision blades of surgical tools sometimes, so they don't use the knives that they use when performing like any other medical thing, but they just use like cheaper pruning shears, the kind that is sold in hardware stores. So they just use like trashy tools because like the person is dead anyways. That isn't always the case, but I read that sometimes they do it like that because it's just cheaper. And then here's something interesting for you as someone who's interested in TV shows and movies, because autopsies are often depicted wrong in movies because there is little to no squirting blood during autopsies, which after I read it makes sense because the body is dead, therefore there's no blood pressure, so there can't be any squirting blood. So whenever you see someone performing an autopsy in a movie or a TV show and there's like blood everywhere, it's a movie mistake. And now I have like 5 quicker fun facts. The first being that organs are weighed, and then they just put it aside and then they stuff it back in and stitch you back up. And autopsies are not cheap. Like usually the party that requests the autopsy is the one who's paying, and it varies between $3,000 to $6,000. But I couldn't find out like why it varies that much. Like maybe if you're smaller, it's cheaper. I really don't know. Oh, by the way, I didn't fact check any of these things. I just read them and I'm telling them to you now, so it could possibly be that all of this information is just wrong, but yeah, I didn't double check it. But on to the next fun fact. Families can block autopsies, and this often happens because of religious beliefs. The next fun fact is that your last meal and your poop are of high interest for the people performing the autopsy. And now I quote this article directly, because it said, consider yourself fortunate if you've never been told to run the bowels. That's the nickname given to one of the autopsy room's dirtiest jobs, opening the intestines. Upon removal, these organs are slit horizontally. The small and large intestines of an adult human can have a combined length of around 25 feet, which is 7.6 meters, so cutting them open is no easy task. And this might be one of the most disgusting fun facts in this video, but here you are. And my last fun fact is that one body can undergo multiple autopsies, which is also a weird thought to me. Like thinking that someone cuts a person open, takes out all of their organs, stuffs them back in, stitches them up, and then another person comes in, opens it again, and just does the same. That's it with my autopsy fun facts. It was a really weird video, but I hope you learned something, and I hope you have a great week and don't have to think a lot about autopsies, and I will see you again on Thursday.